from Strike Gold Lanes in Pojoaque. We're for the title matches of today's JBT event. Handicap ahead of scratch. That's a top seed Jordan Womble already shooting in the 5th frame. He's playing Christopher Bennett, who's climbed the ladder to get this far. And Jordan's got to win this match by 19 to tie, 20 to win. As it stands on the scoreboard, he trails, so he could really use this double to start to count bet in this match. And almost tickles him up, but does not. Two-time champ looking for his third. Well, this is Chris's first career title match. To their left, John Green's trying to win his first career scratch title after 2 handicap wins. Had that 299 game earlier today. 289 game earlier today, and starts the title match off with a strike. Top seed Brad Harvey already struck in his first. Girls over and done with. The cousins battle, as it often is here, as Yarelis beat Eileen. Yari struck in the 10th to make that happen. While meanwhile, the guy who lost the scratch semifinal, Dante Urabari, the last thing he wanted to do was bowl another game after that, but he's got to still bowl a U17 against Tyler McPhee, so he's doing that over to the left. Scores were fairly astronomical today, one of the highest scoring tournaments we've had in quite a while. Didn't expect that on paper, but on paper has little to do with how things actually play out sometimes, and these guys just killed them. Jordan, your top seed, a plus 430 in a handicap, while Brad got to plus 403 in the scratch. So big numbers all the way around. We'll see if it stays that way in the title match. And Brad, the first to blink over there with the big nose split. Scores were lower in the semifinal matches. John won 210. Dante really struggled in that semifinal game. That happens sometimes on easier patterns. Once they finally do go, they get a little bit weird. There's not an obvious move. The head oil goes away and some other oils push down lane 2, so you get hook early and skid late, and that's not a good combination for scoring. Let's see if the pattern can hold up just long enough. Looks like John made the right move towards the second half of the game as Brad gives that a go. Back over to Womble there, looking for his second career singles title. Oh, man! Second career singles title. He's got a doubles win with Lane White, and that should have been a split, but he broke up everything. Skidded one break up into the other, and he will gladly take that 6-frame strike. Trails by 14, and he's giving another 19, so down 33 with only 4 frames to go. Would love a double to cut into that lead here. Oh, man. Follows up breaking the split up by tripping out the 6-pin. That was a valuable 2-bagger right there. Chris has looked great in the stepladder finals with wins over Jillian Mulder and newcomer Max Martin to get this far. Silver City bowler. That time leaves the dreaded 310. Big thanks to Ed Romero and the whole crew here for hosting us. Ed's been with JBT for just about the beginning out here in New Mexico. Thanks, Ed. Thank you, sir. Oh, I thought he was going to go between them. Oh, stop. That was prodded. John, not a big guy, but he just puts everything into that 2-handed shot, almost heaves himself down the lane. Speaking of heaving himself down the lane, there's Ed Romero. Perfect timing, Ed. Thank you. Nice shot from Christopher in the 8th. Needed it after that split there, and this match has gotten a lot tighter in handicap all of a sudden. Look at this big guy's flexibility down there. Giant shot for Womble here in the 8th, double working. Well, able to break up the split again, but not able to continue the string. Himself a relatively simple spare. Up quickly at it. We see this week after week. The handicap bowlers don't have that whole 3-shot routine thing down yet. They don't take their time on spares. And it's cost some bowlers matches, but not a problem that time. Leads now by 8 on the scoreboard, giving 19, so it's an 11-pin match with 2 frames to go. There's Green wishing that ball to wheel, throwing his whole body to wheel. Well, at least he didn't 5-7. He's 5-7'd a couple times today, including on the front 10. 5-7 in the last match, but made it. This time just a 5-pin to shoot at. Pretty ball from Womble there, but the old foundation ninth. Dante started his U17 match with a double over there. John, doesn't he look thrilled to still be bowling? We've seen this story out of him a couple times this year where he loses a stepladder match. All right, in his career, sir, where you lose a stepladder match and you're stuck bowling one of the side event final matches. After you lose that main division match, the last thing you want to do is bowl another game, but still stuff on the line. You got to win 3 of those U17 matches to get into the TPC, where the big bucks are in that division. Pretty shot from Brad. Brad's been doing this a long time with twin brother Zach. Has 2 scratch titles after not winning at all in handicap. He was in that category of best non-winners for a long time till he finally broke through. You want to get just a plain old re-rack? Sure. I'd love to. All my 13 also. Have the ball. They need a ball as all that fuss was Zach asking for a re-rack. There's no way to re-rack it down on the lanes. That's why I went back to do that.
So many years ago.
Meanwhile, that's a 10th frame already for Bennett here. He's got 176 scratch with the spare, getting 19 for 195, and it's important he gets that spare in that case then. He doesn't want to blow some count here. Nicely done. So it's 195 with the pins. Strike 9 spare is 193 for Jordan. Jordan must double in the 10th frame to win the title. Anything else? Chris is a first-time winner. Now a little more preparation. It's there. No! Does not trip the 6, and it's over. Christopher Bennett climbs the ladder and takes the title. That looked like a pretty nice relaxed shot, just didn't get the carry. I think Chris just did the math. I know Chris just did the math. I know Chris's dad just did the math. Well, a bleary-eyed Mr. Bennett saw a bleary-eyed me last night around midnight, and it's all paid off for him right there. Long trip from Silver City worth it. Solid game from Womble, just Chris was too much. Very good. Very cool. All right. Focus on part 2 and scratch here. That's a 5th frame 4-pin for Harvey, who trails by, what is that, 22 with that conversion. John, definitely one of the up-and-coming stars in the scratch division in New Mexico, Texas, the Amarillo native. He's been knocking on the door of a scratch win already, and I think he's 14, maybe 13. Ridiculously talented at that age, but does not get the love there. Both he and Dante were struggling in the last match on both lanes, and it looked like John made the move get a little bit deeper and tighter with the line. He might need to get just a step further in too. Switches balls. I saw him in practice shooting left side spares, so he's capable of making this, and he gives it a good run, but misses another pin at count as a result of that too. Still leads by 8 though. girl scratch winner. Decent shot, half 10. Right back here tomorrow, a Wadotat format. Haven't used that one in a while in this conference. Should be fun. Riley's happy to see it, I'm sure. Meanwhile, Tyler not doing a lot over there. That's his third open in 5 frames. As Urabari's got a big lead even after that open frame of his own in the 4th. I wonder if John has like restrictive devices in his shoes, because he literally does look like he's going to pop out of them at the foul line. Some like hooks holding them in there. Dante in that up-and-coming category as well. Want to list off bowlers that are going to win scratch any day now. You got to put him in that conversation. He says he took a layoff between this event and the previous one. Throwing the ball good all day.
Nice, Brad, nice.
Brad's game is a lot more polished than it was even recently. Even as recent as 2 years ago, it was just more of a spray and pray, and just didn't have that balance at the foul line and the quiet shoulders and all that. He's always been able to rip the cover off the ball. When you kind of back off it a little bit and fine-tune everything else, and still got plenty of pop on it, it really improves your game, and I like what I see out of him for sure. Fortunate there, though, as you know. McPhee, another up-and-comer. There are a whole lot of kids in that 13 to 16 range that are competing with our old bowlers who are up to 21, now that we got rid of 48-year-old Harley Swaggart. It's amazing. Talent at a younger age. Tyler switches to one hand from 10. Destroys it. Brad does this weird thing. He puts his thumb on the ball at all times. Who does that anymore? Nicely done. Well, let's see what John can do here. He's got 105 through 5th with still only an 8-pin deficit, so he's got to be happy to still be in this match, and crushes that rack. Fun kid. He's got a lot of personality, but I know he wants that win so badly. Uh-oh, it's got the stick of destruction now. Ed says it's time to get the deadwood, and that's that. Right now. Right now.
Come on.
Showing the form. Dante leads by, a lot. 54 here. He can make it 64 with a strike in the 7th, so he's in pretty good shape. Nevertheless, don't want to ice the kicker in that spot, do you? Green, meanwhile, leads by 8 and can make it 18 with a double of his own in his 8th. He doesn't like it, but gets the light hit to carry. Don't need any further commentary than that, do you? John, how old are you? Yes. 15 already?
That's what I've been told.
Man, so you're told. Alright, take it back. If he's 15 already, that means I'm like 38 already. You can't have that.
Hurry, get up.
Donnie's dad said hurry is exactly right. Ward more, and that's 4-9 at best. That old high flush hit. It's gonna be hard to win without this. If Brad doesn't strike here, the best he can do is 207. Green in the 2 teens already. So, gigantic shot right here in the 9th. last time on that lane. I think he likes the move that he made, and it just wiggled at the end there. Frustrating ball reaction for him. Spirit up, you never know. You got a non-winner that you're playing against. You never know if he's going to be able to finish the 9th and 10th out. McPhee's got a strikeout to have any hope, and bushwhacks that 4-pin out of the way. He can go out for 202. No problem with the spare for Harvey, but top seed again in trouble here.
Ball on 12. Ball on 12.
Well, 2 frames away for your first career title. Let's see if he's got the goods today. It's holding the foul. Wow! Whoa!
That's it.
Well, again, it's John's body language telling the story, but that was weird in a number of ways. First, that ball was hydroplaning into the pocket and almost pocket 510'd. And then, yeah, things happened. It ended up messengering the 10 out of the way, and that's it. It's a brand new JBT champ. What a strange but effective hit in the 9th frame that was. Good. Both top seeds suffer. It's that same hit again. What? Heartbreaking losses for both Brad and Jordan over there in handicap, but bowling's cruel that way. You sort of got to win a tournament twice in a stepladder format. Led through 8 games and not that night. Dante's got a mark there, and that's a great way to mark, so he's going to win U17. He's thrilled, as you can tell again. Oh, look, something's on his face. Wow, some weird grin-like structure, and boy, John found the pin action he was looking for. Speaks to John's character, how happy everybody else is for the win too, right there. Title 3, but number 1 scratch. That's what these guys really care about. It's a quality game from Brad. He had that early open frame, and then it's just all strikes or 9s from there. I know he wants that 9th frame back. Didn't matter as it turned out, but. Would you explain that 9th frame pocket 510 that became the winning shot, please?
I'm fine with it.
I bet you are.
Win.
I bet you are. Well, you're a scratch champion. .207 that could have been much more at the end for Brad, but he'll be back. And we'll all be back tomorrow to do it all over again. Dante winds up in the 240s. Excellent effort there as well. Good stuff out of all of our finalists. We'll see you tomorrow for more JBT fun.